Everybody. So today I would like to talk about three things: Trump's opportunity, the gold standard, and the Federal Reserve. So this has an amazing opportunity for Trump to do a huge favor for the U.S. economy, and that is the reinstatation of commodities-backed currency. So he has both houses of the Senate. We'd be able to, so we need to do two things. First of all, you need to get rid of the Federal Reserve, which is the grand manipulator of the economy and basically allows for the welfare state to live in temporarily. But as a result of this, we've accumulated a massive debt. And this chart shows us how our debt has accumulated way faster than our GDP, and our GDP is not a great not a great measure, but it's the best measure we have for economic growth right now. So if someone comments in a comment about this, and our national debt is way exceeding the production of the economy. And this is a huge issue. How if we would have kept the gold standard, um, the U.S. would not be allowed to issue more currency or take a certain amount of loans because of fiat currency. Fiat currency allows the government to print as much currency as they have, and there's no responsibility for the maintaining of a proper currency that has meaning and value, and has a value other than just currency value we think it is. So, like for instance, why I think a gold standard or a gold-like standard. There's problems with the gold standard, particularly that you pegged it to one value. This was good for standardization, but it was ultimately its downfall because you had um, more growth. You had more growth, so you increase the value of the gold, more need for the gold, and there was no way for it to increase in price. The great thing about the gold standard is that it basically keeps prices stable, which is like the greatest thing for in a capitalistic economy, because then your purchasing power actually increases. Um, so this inspires competition. So it basically forces producers, in order to make more money, they have to produce more in a better product. So you either pay more or you'll buy more. This is why deflation under the gold standard was a really good thing. As so, take for example, cars. Um, Cars progressively got cheaper because the amount of consumers increased. So every consumer had less gold. So then they could then or had more gold, depending. I don't think there's enough gold in the world to make it so everybody can have enough currency. So I think we need to have like a commodities basket of gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. You could make an argument for others, but those are the four major ones. We'd have a basket, and they would have a free-floating exchange in which there'd be a ratio in between them. So an ounce of gold was worth, I don't know, silver would become much more valuable. So let's say 10 ounces of silver instead of what is it, 17 now? So 10 to 1. And then platinum and palladium would be worth maybe, um, I would assuming gold would be number one. I don't know how it would end up, would probably be maybe 2 to 1 for an ounce of gold. The thing with gold is, if you go back throughout history, you can look at the price of, say, a toga in Rome. It was about 1 ounce of gold, and then 1 ounce of gold would buy you a suit in 1700, and buy you a suit in 1800, and buy you a suit in 1900, and today it would also buy you a suit. It has currently $1,300, and you get a very nice suit with this, and you could do this the same. The purchasing power of gold stayed or increased for items. Today you can buy a lot more milk with an ounce of gold today than you could in the 1920s. This would be so the purchasing power of everybody's dollar would have increased, which would have been amazing. So if you're a producer, you need to produce more in order to get more dollars, because there's no printing more, so people had more money, so it stayed the same, or they could increase in price without what's it called, uh, how do I describe it? The consumers essentially have to pay what's called an inflation tax, because every time you earn a dollar, it's worth less tomorrow. And with gold, that doesn't happen because there's essentially a steady rate of increase of the gold money supply, and the population is generally greater than this, so you have deflation, more demand for the gold. With dollars, there's just an unlimited printing amount, and there's actually very low demand for dollars right now. You can see this in the vast increase in the money supply relative to our inflation rate, and all this wealth is being, put into the wealthy. So Trump has this great opportunity to instate this, because he's a majority, and he could really do some reformation of our currency system and really fix the issues we have. Once you have a gold standard, you can no longer accumulate huge amounts of debt. As you can see in 1971, our debt started to skyrocket because wars make the gold standard not really possible. The gold standard actually helps, because in a war you want unlimited spending and there's not unlimited gold. So you can't have huge wars with the gold standard. This is why in World War I destroyed the gold standard, because they increased the money supply hugely, and then what happens with that is they went back to the gold standard. So that means a huge increase in this paper money, but not a huge increase in the gold supply. So therefore they had crises when people went to redeem their dollars. There wasn't enough gold or silver, and you need, I think, the other two to really make this work. Free floating exchange of a basket of currency based on commodities, because they have value. They're used as industrial metals, and this would be very important to why gold, silver, platinum, and palladium are important choices for the currency. You also have the history of being money, which is also very beneficial, because until 1964, silver was money, and until 1971, gold was money. The gold standard has been slowly stripped, and this was why it failed. Primarily because of FDR, because FDR needed to spend more to so-called get out of the depression. I think that failed. So this is what I think about the gold standard. What you can do to fix it: you need to have a free floating exchange, not a fixed ratio. You can also have paper money if you want. You can just have gold, and it represents so many. You have a $1 bill that says 1 ounce of silver or a half ounce of silver or whatever. You don't need to actually carry the coins. But I would personally want to. I don't have any trust in paper money. So this is an amazing opportunity for Trump, and this is why we have huge debt. It's because we got rid of the gold standard. We got rid of accountability. And you can see this because essentially it was World War I when the debt started accumulated, and then Calvin Coolidge and Warren Harding fixed it, and then I think Hoover ruined it. But if you guys like this topic, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or you disagree with me, feel free to comment. Thank you guys. Have a great day.